Okay, so we are observing Sissy today. Come on. She is a miniature dachshund, and we are doing a little gait assessment and a little assessment before her orthopedic exam today. So we're doing a little warm-up, and she's walking, she's trotting. She is just checking for tracking correctly as well. And because she's a miniature dachshund, she is so long, she doesn't single track like bigger dogs might. It's a nice fluid gait for her. Interacting with her environment as she would. And we'll see if we can get her to turn back around this way. Good girl. Alright. And we'll see those front feet placement and the shoulder joint working really nicely. And whole body is nice and smooth in its contact with the ground and its propulsion forward. The hips are really solid. We'll go down this way. I'm going to try to do a little bit of a faster pace. Which she loves doing. Okay, walk back towards me here. There we go. She's warming up nicely. She's going to have her muscles nice and warm for her exam. Good girl. I'm not observing any limping, not observing any significant obvious issues with her tracking and walking. Nothing that I'm really concerned about, making sure we have a look at this stage. Foot placement's very nice. Everything seems to be flowing, warming up those muscles in the morning. Very observant of everything around her. Stop. Just check her hooks and everything out from behind. See her feet placement. See the length of her body. You're definitely not going to get a single track, especially in a walk or a little trot. I think she's nice and warm now. And we're going to head back a little faster. There we go. Alright, she did a good job. No limping, no big indicators that there's something wrong. But we're going to go back in and do our orthopedic exam now. Dachshunds, obviously, even though I don't see anything obvious, I am always going to check for any pain running along the spine. With her fluid movement, I don't think there is. But obviously it's something I definitely will check for. I'm going to go back and take some stills of this movement later as well, just in case we need to have a look closely at something while she's in motion. It's a good way to start our exam. And that's Sissy. Thanks, Sis.
Hi everyone, it's Jenn Digby and this is Sissy. She is my 7-year-old miniature dachshund and she's going to be helping me with the exam today. So we just did our little walk and now we're going to be doing our little exam. And we're going to start up at her gums. I'm going to check her gums for pinkness and moisture. She does have some darker gums, so I'm going to check both sides just to be safe. So we're going to go over this side. I'm going to lift her gums up like this and you can see some darker points, but that is her natural gum. I'm going to check for capillary refill while we're here as well. Her gums are nice and moist, nice and pink, and the refill is happening straight away. But like I said, with her having a couple of dark points, I like to check both sides. I'm going to check both sides are nice and pink and nice and moist, and capillary refill is super quick. So that's a really good sign. I'm going to also check for hydration. So we're going to pinch and let her skin snap back, which it does straight away. I'm just going to double check. And that snaps back, so she is super hydrated and she's going really well with that, so that's really good. So next I'm going to check her palpebral reflex. So we're going to just hold her, support her little head there, and I'm just going to make sure that she's blinking when we touch these little spots right in front of her eye there, not on her eye but just right in front, and she's doing that. Very good job. Alright, so I'm going to check her range of motion in her neck now while we're up at this end. So we're going to go straight up first. She's just resisting because she thinks she's having a bath in the trailer, but she's not. So we're going straight up. That range of motion is great. We're going straight down as well. So we're going to have a down here, so that's good. We're going to go over to both sides. This way. Go this way as well. Good girl. All right. So there's no resisting and no sort of issues with that too. So now we're going to move to her front paws. So I'm going to have a look at her wrist placement. So we're going to just pop her foot in the unnatural opposite side position. I'm going to see it go straight back down, which it does, which is what we want to see. So I'm going to do that with all 4 of her paws to make sure the paw placement in all of them snaps back straight back down. So hopefully you can see that. So that's 2 out of 4 so far. We're going to go over to this side, give it a little support, and it's just going straight back down. So I always like to just double check myself and make sure. And we're going to the front right now, going straight back down. Perfect. Good stuff. Alright, so now we're going to check your wrist and we're going to lift this one up. I'm going to give her a little bit of support because I'm taking the weight off there, and I'm just going to make sure that this wrist has got a good range of motion back here. And I'm going to also check for any crunching, so we're going to go side to side a little bit and check for any crunching or any discomfort in that sort of area. So we can't see any of that. So I'm going to move over to this side. I'm going to lifting up that wrist there, and we're going to go and just check for any discomfort, any reactions. Move her wrist from side to side, and she's doing really well with that, up and down, and all kinds of range of motion in that section is going really well. We're going to move further up to her elbow and make sure the range of motion in that kind of area is going really well as well. So we're going to fold this leg up a little bit higher than we were with the wrist, and we're going to make sure that the gaps in here look normal and she's not reacting and responding to anything besides, hey, I want to put my foot back down. So we're going to do the same on the other side. So I'm just bending that side up as well, and everything seems fine. We're not even supporting there, and she's doing really well. So we'll just do it a couple of times. Okay, so now we're going to do the shoulder range of motion. And so what we're going to do for that, we're going to support her a little bit, and we're going to grab this one here. I'm going to check this shoulder joint here. We're going to move it forward. Just support her a bit more. There we go. Forward. She is in my grooming trailer, so she thinks she's getting her nails clipped, but she's not. So we're going to do it on this side. I'm going to support under here as well. Bring that forward, back, and forward. Do much better on that side. And then we're going to pop that back down there. So her range of motion in her shoulders, elbows and wrists are going really well. Next thing we're going to be doing is the spinal reflex check. So we're going to be going with a bit of a C shape. I'll just have her over here so you can see it a bit better. A bit of a C shape with my fingers. We're going to go down on either side of her spine, making sure that there's no flexion or any kind of other reaction on her skin. If she's twitching, if she's making any movements when I go past any particular point on either side of her spine, then that's something to be aware of. But everything that I can see is just her skin moving as I move it, and that's what you want. So we're going to move to her back end and check the joints and everything back here. So I'm going to support her a little bit on this side, and I'm going to pick this one up here, and I'm going to be lifting up and checking the range of motion in her hock, in her stifle as well. So in checking that, I lift up and make sure that the gaps in between her joints here are sufficient, not too much, and she has that ability to bend that all the way up there, and we're looking for the gaps in between the joints there to be quite normal, and they are, so that's good. So that's checked her stifle, her hock and her hip is what we're doing at the back here. So in checking that stifle and the iliopsoas and everything, we're going to lift this up and the hip, and we're going to be moving that back beyond. She's bringing it in, but there we go. We're moving that back beyond to check that joint has that flexibility to go beyond as well. We're going to check the same on this side, so I'm just going to support her over here and lift up a little bit. And we're going to bring that all the way up, and we're going to check the gaps in between, about finger length distance in between, and that's all going well. And we're going to also support her as we stretch that nice and easy back, and that's gone all the way back as well, and she's bringing that down, so that's beautiful. So that's everything that we want to see is happening there in her hock and her stifle and her hip as well. So we've got good range of motion in all major joints there too. So okay, now we're going to be doing our respiratory rate for Sissy and her pulse rate as well. So I'm just going to watch her breaths per minute and multiply, and then I'm going to do the same with her pulse rate, and I'm going to multiply as well. So we'll do the breaths per minute first. Okay, so she had about 30 breaths per minute, so she is on the stressier side just being in here, so she might be just doing a little bit of a higher rate for that. I will check it again later just to be sure. I'm going to also just find her pulse on the inside of her back leg here, and then I'm going to do the same, so it might take me a second to find it, and then I'm going to do the same. And she was worked out to be about 120 beats per minute. So that's Sissy, and she's been a very good student, and I hope you liked her assessment, and look forward to the next stage. Thanks.